Now, before we went for a break, we were discussing about the causes of drug abuse amongst the youth in Uganda. So, you guys, what do you think are the causes? Do you have any more causes you think?
I think I would point out social media. Social media is a really big platform on drug abuse because you can actually see it, and you're tempted. You want to be fascinated.
Social media is not a drug.
It's not a drug, but it
becomes
pinpoints,
addictive.
Yeah, it becomes addictive. Yeah.
Wait, are we putting it a part of the drug or
No, where you can get access to the drugs. You get. Yeah.
so it's easier on social media? Are there groups or maybe?
Yeah, it happens, by the way. You can get people inboxing you on Facebook telling you, I deal in this stuff, would you be interested?
Wow.
And those are people who never have profile pictures, by the way.
That's more reason not to
Never
have
have
your
anything.
12-year-old on Facebook.
Restrictions
Wow.
are
The
important.
movies you watch, drugs.
Yeah. They make them look so fancy and attractive.
So
But I think in every movie the drug addict ends up saved or messed up. So clearly that you'd be like, I don't
Normally,
know,
with
like,
the
Oh,
drug
yeah,
addict,
the end. Yeah.
yeah, the end of the guys.
So, is there anything else?
Unemployment. Unemployment.
Oh, yes.
Frustration. After the whole job hustle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
We've all been there.
You've been
But
there.
no, the drugs, unemployment.
Trust me, everyone has ever been in a state where they were unemployed at some point.
I know you're
Every
unemployed
human
and
being.
you're thinking, what next for me?
Yeah.
So you find Liana, she's like, you know what, I get something. We can chill on that every day. True,
Definitely to help solve the stress and all that worrying and holds.
Honestly, disclaimer, no matter how much we laugh, this is sad.
Yeah, like for real, yes, definitely. So I think another thing is absentee parents.
Okay.
Yeah, like sometimes absentee parents, they can make, you see, like when you're a child and then you grow up and you don't have like your parental figures. It doesn't have to be your real parents who produced you, but if you don't have parental figures around to guide you, then definitely you'll find yourself going down a wrong path. Yeah, so
Don't you find it funny how people who have like very big families are the ones into drug abuse, alcoholism?
Now let me
way,
tell you
that's
how it works. I'm
something.
from a big family. So most of the times when you are so many, there is a point where probably you're not okay in your life. And when you're okay, family understands, but at some point they tend to pinpoint on you. That's why these guys resort to being like, the entire family is against me, which that kind of stuff.
No, it's not about being against you. It's about, what I'm saying is, I think people should just try and change, because when you realize you don't have money, you do not have a job, why give birth to very many kids? No, I'm sorry for bringing it to that point, but that's why it
family
comes
planning.
in.
That's like a point for another day,
family
but then we can still also talk about
No, what I'm saying is, it comes still to that.
Yeah.
People bring their own frustrations to themselves.
But what if I have the money now and I plan for 10 kids and then in like 20 years something happens and I'm poor?
20 years is
Again.
long, my dear.
Okay, let's say 10 years and I'm
Let's
poor
say a
again.
month.
Maybe I have thought, no, a month is too small.
Well,
People
then
are
you
so
have to
impatient.
find solutions to
Empire
get out of
Tech
that problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
So help my kids find jobs. What if they're still young?
No, by the time if you've planned for your family and you want to have like 20 kids or 10 kids, you should have set up like a business that is going to be what?
You can wake
That's
up one
going
day
to
and it's
last.
burnt down.
Well,
I
that's
know.
why people should always save.
You should always know.
You should
that
always
this
have
is
a
risk.
savings account,
Yeah.
insurance.
But when an investor, by the most investors don't kind of rely on the saving. Everything that goes on the account goes into something else. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes you have the but anyway, I'm not saying you should all consider the misfortunes. No.
Yeah.
Save, do the businesses. But
Yeah.
some of these things are not intentional. So I think you can have your kids educated, even when the money is not there really.
Yeah.
You can have them educated. This thing is bad. This
Thank
thing
God
is
for
bad.
USE, USE and UPE,
Yeah.
like Universal Secondary
Everyone
Education.
gets a chance.
Yeah, everyone gets a chance.
Yeah.
And there was this point you had mentioned about the rich people's children. I think sometimes it's because most of their parents travel a lot.
And they don't have
And
the
they live
figures. Their parents are there, but they're not active. in their lives.
Yeah. So they leave them sometimes with the house helpers at home.
Yeah.
And probably these people have come with their things
Yeah.
from their areas, wherever they've come from, and then they influence the children badly.
So just come to parents really need to be there.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
True.
Wow.
So I think have we really exhausted
I think the problems are really a bit of all into what we say.
Yeah.
Depression can cause anything.
That is true, by the way.
Yeah.
Depends on how weak you are.
Yeah.
How strong you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you guys think are the solutions to this problem of drug abuse?
Resolve issues.
What issues?
Any
what
issue. Every person has issues. And when
Yeah.
kids are growing up, they even have more issues as they grow up.
Yeah.
Resolve issues with your kids. Talk to them.
Yeah.
What? Don't judge them. If you need to beat them up, beat them, but don't judge them much. Listen to what they have to say and resolve. When you resolve some issues, kids won't have a chance to, they know I can go cry to my mother.
So there should be more time for dialogue between the parents and the children.
Thank you so
There should be
much.
more time.
Very much.
Okay.
You're looking at it as, you said talking to your kids, but I'm also looking at it as talking to someone. Because, okay, I do not think we are like little kids, but we need to talk to someone. Everyone needs to talk to someone.
And that someone is better if it's your parent.
Yeah.
What if I don't have a
So,
parent?
or
I
what if
think
your
what
parent
we
is
need
a real
figure?
to talk to a friend or to talk to someone.
How about-
we feel comfortable?
What if you talk to a dysfunctional friend?
And what if your parents are dysfunctional, honey? Like, what next?
I know, but some people divine mercy because
I think that's why sometimes that there's this whole mentorship thing I've been hearing about. Like parents should enroll their children in those mentorship programs so that that you always find those positive mentors around, and then there's also these conferences as well.
Remember, not
Youth
only children,
conferences.
even as the adults have this problem.
Well, people should also attend those developmental
but
conferences
most of
where
the
you
people
get
are the young ones, right?
yeah, majority of the
get
youth
to
are
this
in schools. So okay.
I think another solution would be people should engage more, like they should engage themselves instead of being idle. Because another thing which leads to drugs is idleness.
Idleness.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
Idleness.
if you have kids, you give them activities, alternative activities after school.
Let them find their passion so that
Yeah.
they can want to get involved in such things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So people should even know their life purpose. If you don't know your life purpose, definitely.
But
anything
now
that comes
that's
guide
for the
you.
elder ones because I have a sister. She's in choir. She plays volleyball. Then she dances. Those things. So at school, you're sure she has no time for nonsense. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
so
for kids, that's what it's about. But all older people, like you said, we can do that. But for kids, they have to be busy.
Yeah. Have a
But I think
purpose
they
in
should
life.
also be taught their life purpose from the time they are young. It's really important because that way, I think even that brings us to the issue of schools. Like schools need to have programs where
But
they
that
are,
purpose comes with age now. You don't go to a
but
nursery
it's
anything about like
because now, for example, you'll find a kid,
think
they
it
learn
comes
how
to
to play the
upbringing.
piano and everything at a young age. So when they grow up, they'll know that I want to be a pianist. It will stay in them up to the time they
There's
become
some that do
adults.
stay, but there's some that divert, which is fine when they find themselves.
Yeah,
But
when
at
they
least
find
to save
their
them that
purpose.
time of going to smoke weed.
Yeah, so they should be busy. They should keep
Yeah.
themselves busy and not be idle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think, apart from alternative, I think we should know the substance.
Yeah.
I don't like having kids and they don't have to know about drugs because I think they're going to have them.
Self-education.
Yeah, I don't have to tell them at a younger age, adolescents, why they're curious. But then when a bit older, like young adults,
Like 13?
they know, I know cocaine, I know this and this, but I know it's bad for me. I know it will do this to me. So as someone won't come and they're like, you know what, weed is simpler than cocaine, so if we do this, don't worry.
Yeah.
Like, no one is going to
I
know.
think more when
Yeah.
it comes to educating them at the
Education
early stage.
At that stage.
Yeah.
That is true, by the way.
Yeah.
So I think everything is about education, right?
Yeah,
That's why it all goes back to.
awareness. I think even people should identify those things. You should be able to identify when you're about to, those things when you have an addiction, you should be able to identify
That it's
and know,
coming.
like you're craving this, like what should I do to avoid it? So identifying it, being self-aware, about yourself.
I swear when you meet someone who's addicted, they tell you there's nothing better than this.
I know, by the way. I think everyone who's addicted has that.
These young people.
True.
They will tell you, I swear, I've never seen anything this nice.
They should also
I
create
think every addiction.
An addiction is
Oh, you
extreme.
guys, could I cut
know,
you
it's
short a
extreme.
little bit? Let's go for a short break, and when we come back from the break, we will discuss a few more solutions and we shall get into the spirit moment.
Yeah, my favorite.